Story by Hideki Kamiya. Long, long ago, a tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet burg was honored as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. To satiate the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast, a young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on necks the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shiranui. The wolf kept watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. One villager took it upon himself to face the fearsome Shiranui. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. Before long, the night of the accursed festival have arrived. The white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the Beast Cave in place of his beloved. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, the beast appeared, its eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced, well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel. The blade left nary a scratch. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from the intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the wolf that dwelled outside the village. Bearing its fearsome claws, Shiranui leapt towards Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying head, readying its fangs for battle. The two beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. As Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpened claws glistening, a gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mysterious power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson. stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow, but Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from the above glistened off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary. Channeling all of his strength into his scarred and battered arms, he leapt ferociously toward Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. In that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark, then closed his eyes and drifted off as if into slumber. Peace had at last returned to Kamiki village. In the honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Nagi's sword was christened Tsukuyomi and placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. However, this is not the end of this story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Is this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukuyomi the sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend, nothing but a fairy tale. A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, There was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki Village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. Wood Sprite, Sakuya.
How troublesome. This is just like this ancient prophecy of doom. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. Amaterasu, now is the time. We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all.
Okami Amaterasu.
Oh, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. How delightful to see that the Savior whose brave sacrifice sealed away in the evil demon so many years ago has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart.
Hasn't changed one bit, eh?
Amaterasu, gaze upon and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon. But never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please, use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. What is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe? Oh, what on earth? You again?
Ow, 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 ow! Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all.
Are you napping in my clothes again, Bug?
But I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I am a wandering artist. The name's Isu.
Wandering Artist, Isun.
I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before my great brush.
Huh.
Well, what do you think? Even better than the real thing, no? What's with you, furball? You look kinda down in the dumps. Actually, What's that growling sound? Why is it so dark anyway?
Oh, great Amaterasu! I've used all the power I have to protect the Mickey village. The village lives on. Their spirits lie encased in my fruit. Cut it free, and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life to the world.
The tree returned to normal, huh? That Sakia girl sure said some weird stuff. The villagers' spirits are being kept inside the fruit? That's the fruit. That girl said that if you cut it down, the village will be restored. It is awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're gonna reach it. This darkness is really getting to me too. What can happen while you're taking a nap?
And finally, we have control! Hey guys, Mr. Cheese Gaming here, and welcome to the first part of my Let's Play of Okami. We can jump, we can bark, we can dash, we can dig. Pretty much everything that a dog can do. And if you bark near something, that fruit sure is growing in a high place. The only way we're gonna reach it is with some kind of special power. If we try to leave, we get blocked off. What in the world? There's something blocking the road leading back to the village. Am I still dreaming? Well, the only way to go is through this portal.
Where are we? It's got awfully quiet all of a sudden. I don't remember any place like this in the village. Oh, we better keep our eyes peeled. You can use the right stick to look around.
Yeah, and change your point of view. You really look so helpless. You sure you're gonna be okay? Yeah, I'm not gonna do Isun's voice all the time. Thankfully, I got some green tea here. Oh, Amaterasu. So, like you said, you can change the view of the camera by hitting the L button. If we hold down, we can go into first-person view. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. The beginning acts a little bit slow, but hey, doesn't every game?
That's an origin mirror. They say once your reflection appears on its surface, your memories will be stored in the mirror for all eternity. Well, to put it shortly, you can save your progress here. And let me give you a little advice. You should save a number of game files. That way, you can always go back if you get stuck or something. Gotta be prepared, especially while you're still learning the ropes.
Take note, Pokemon. But yeah, we can go to the mirror, press B. We can save our game. Sorry, I'm getting used to the because I'm getting used to the controller where the A button is where the B button would be in. On a Nintendo controller, and I'm used to playing Nintendo games. Although this game did come out on the Wii. This game is a lot like Legend of Zelda, and just like any Zelda games, pots are our greatest enemy. Forget about Ganon, pots are our real enemy.
Look at these pots, just waiting to be broken. If you bust them, there might be something good inside.
Yeah, press that to bust them with the head. I'll do just that. Inside. Way to go, my furry friend. You can do that anytime you see something you can break. Inside, you can gain yen, which is automatically collected. Thankfully, we can't go off ledges. Well, you can, but not if it goes out of bound. We can also use this button to dash.
Whoa, hold on there, Furbo. Get a load of that. That just looks mighty tempting. Let's check it out. Ain't enough eye ought to be a piece of cake.
once and say again, make sure you press it firmly. Basically, you can jump up, and you can press again to do a wall jump. That's the difference between... Yeah, good luck is found in high places. That's the main difference between this game and The Legend of Zelda. Anyways, you can go ahead and tackle this chest to get its insides, and obtain a Holy Bone S. Favorite snack, restore 3 units of solar energy. We'll get into what solar energy is in a little bit. Well, actually I might as well explain it right now. The Origin Mirror will also fully restore your solar energy. It will also restore your ink pots. Solar energy is a unit of health equivalent to about 300 HP. And ink pots, well, there's a source of ink for brush techniques and is used for each technique. We'll get into brush techniques a little bit. That's the main gimmick of the game. Go ahead and break these horses. Yeah, here in the West we have piggy banks. Well, there they have horse banks.
Looks like the bridge is out. This shouldn't be so hard, Amaterasu, was it? That's kinda long. Mind if I call you Ami? Listen, Ami, ever heard of the spirits of the brush? Good brushwork has its own soul. At least that's what they say. Just once can take all day to explain. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right?
Now if we were a Amaterasu, that would cost an ink pot. But yep, we can use brush techniques to, well, alter the environment.
Nice, huh? Here's a little technique I mastered called it rejuvenation. It's one of many brush techniques that's used divine power. It's a brush god power that can restore broken or missing things. I practiced really hard just to master this one technique. But there are 13. Each one is the power of one of the 13 brush gods. Originally, all 13 were a single powerful deity. When the deity died, its power was split into 13 separate gods. The gods now dwell within objects all around us, but God had no god. How could anyone have the power to master all 13?
Well, we're a god, so we might as well at least try. More pots! More yen. Yen is basically the currency of this game, by the way. River of the Heavens.
The River of the Heavens? Do you mean this fabled Stardust River? But I sure don't see anything like that around here. It couldn't be that little puddle over there, could it?
Well, we tried to go over to that puddle and, yeah, we can't really get far. So we'll have to jump up. Find a way over here. We can read that sign. It'll just say the same thing as it said in the cutscene. Oh, come on, let me break those pots.
Look at the stars twinkle. I haven't seen such beautiful nighttime sky in ages. Hey, look, are those stars forming a pattern or is it just me? There's one missing. Guess I'll just have to draw the missing star. Looks like I'm just not ready to draw missing stars.
And by pressing the RB button and using X, you can bring up, well, basically a scroll to draw on, and by pressing the X button, you can draw stars.
Why isn't Mother on Materasu? I apologize for not contacting you sooner during these long years. Having never forgotten you, I, Yomigami, God of Restoration, have eagerly awaited this day when we could meet again. While you were away, the 13 spirits of the brush that you once possessed, including myself, have been scattered across this land of men and now lie in disarray. I became a constellation and managed to survive until now. The time has come for you to seek out and reunite all the Jitneys. Your power is what is needed to restore the dried riverbed of the heavens and renew the flow of stardust.
Wow, that was Okami, the god of rejuvenation! Wait, so you have the power of rejuvenation now? Can you really use it to restore the river of the heavens?
Oh, we can try.
That would mean you're as good as with a brush as yours truly. It couldn't be true. Who else could master this incredible god technique?
Oh, we can master breaking these pots. So, like he said, there are 13 brush gods in all, and the point of this game is, well, try to collect them all. Each one is actually based on an animal of the Chinese zodiac. Wonder if drying some stardust would start the river flowing again. But fixing a starry river, there's one way you could pull a stunt like that. First, let me break these pots. Well, actually, when I say 13 animals of the zodiac, it's really 12 plus 1. I'll get into that plus 1 later on, but like I said, go ahead and hit R, and then use the X button to just fill this in. You can see ink pots over there, but apparently we are not using any up. When we're done, there we go.
Wow, a river of stardust! Does this really must be the river of the heavens? But what I really want to know is who the heck drew the darn thing?
Isn't it obvious? So, go ahead and cross this river of the heavens. And miss this chest entirely. It contains an important item. The astral pouch. It can swallow up a lot of food. When it's full, it can revive its owner if he or she dies. It basically acts like a extra life, except in order for it to work, well, you need to fill it up with food first. Collect them apples, collect a peach. Once the pouch is fully filled with food, it can be used to, well, revive Amaterasu if she ever falls in battle. So, like I said, kind of like an extra life. Go way over here. I was hoping to jump over that gate. I just want to mention, the art direction in this game, I do like. It's based on, man, I can't believe I already forgot the name. But I do think that is really nice. This game was originally planned to have a realistic art style, but I like the direction that they did with the ink brush-esque art style. Anyways, over here we obtained a stray bead. This is the first one we can collect. There are 100 stray beads to collect in the game. Collect them all for a neat reward. You can get them by secrets, just like that hidden chest over there, or by completing side quests. So yeah, there are like 100 secrets and side quests combined. And we got dumplings. Continue running up here. And I guess when I finally make it all the way up here.
This is a legendary shrine? It must be in the cave of Nagi. Legendary hero Nagi is enshrined here. He vanquished evil 100 years ago with the help of the White Wolf Shiranui. First the river of the heavens, and now this place.
Well, we're trapped here, so the only thing we can do... maybe I should back up a little bit. Hold on. Have this camera zoom up. Let's try drawing that sword in. Oh, come on. Oh, shut up, Isun. Oh, I guess I should get closer to it. That's what I needed to do. Go ahead and fill that sword back in using rejuvenation.
That really was your brushwork all this time. How'd you get it so good? Exactly who are you anyway? Hey, there's another constellation. This one looks like
Draw in the missing constellation to get our new brush technique.
Well, if it isn't Mother Amaterasu. It's been a long time, but with all these monsters around, the only place I could hide was in this shrine, dedicated to ancient heroes. If there is anything I can do to assist you in your endeavors, I'm at your service. Make good use of this sword, as it was designed to conquer evil.
And we learned Power Slash.
Hey, that was the god Tachigami! Master of the Power Slash technique! Wait a minute, if you're getting all these powers, then you're just like that Shiranui! You know, the wolf who fought and died alongside the great Nagi. When Shiranui died, the wolf's power was split into 13 brush gods. This is crazy, Shiranui and Nagi? It's just like the legend. Well, anyways, I've never seen this Power Slash technique myself. How about showing your stuff off on that boulder over there?
Let me see and slice it in half. Won't believe it until you see it. Well, like he said, just draw a straight line. I didn't do a complete line, but hey, that was good enough, like according to this game. Trying to be cool and draw it straight across, but I failed. Didn't think you had it in you. For a ball, I'm not even in the same league as you. Guess I really overestimated myself. Yeah, an animal who doesn't have opposable thumbs is better at art. Hey, Furball. Amaterasu. I've made up my mind. If you're Shiranui reborn, then that means you can master all 13 techniques, right? In that case, I think I'll tag along until I'm as good as you. Lucky you. It's no use trying to change my mind. There's no stopping me once I've made a decision. But enough about me. How about you've mastered the Power Slash? You can cut down that thing Sakuya was talking about. And for some reason we're given off the goddess of the sun apparently needs a taxi hero. Just draw a line straight across. And that's gonna happen often, accidentally. Ooh! Ooh! I jumped over the gate and ended up in a battle. Where'd they come from? Oh, whatever. Draw first, ask questions later, right? Divine interests. Well, use X. 2. Well, attack them. These are green imps. They're your basic enemy and basically the most common demon in the game. You turn black and white. And when they're black and white, you can power slash them to do massive damage. And when they're dying, you should slice them again. Oh, that was failure. Here, let me try it this time. If you slice them during their death animation, you obtain a Demon Fang. And I can't believe I missed out on my first one, but hey. These can be traded. These are collected by performing what is called... what are they called? Floral finishers. Floral Finisher is, well, an attack used immediately after killing an enemy. Results in the enemy dropping Demon Fangs or similar items, and Demon Fangs can be traded away for useful items. So try to use this floral finishers as often as you can. Most enemies in this game have the floral finisher being a power slash, but sometimes they can be different. And I did perfect on time damage. A lot of this is pretty much just backtracking to where we were, so I guess I can talk a little bit about the lore, since a lot of this is based on Japanese culture. Amaterasu herself is actually based on the Japanese sun goddess, well, Amaterasu, and we get into a second battle. We can use power slash to slash him. Yeah, we obtain ink bottles. Oh, can I slash him again? Oh, you gotta be... Well, that's disappointing. Okay, back on Tropic. Let's start with Nagi. Nagi and Nami are basically the two creation gods of Japanese mythology. Nagi being the god of life, while Nami is, well, the goddess of death. Incidentally, Amaterasu is the offspring of Nagi after Nagi tried to retrieve Nami from the underworld. So I guess Nagi is both Amaterasu's father and mother in that way. Incidentally, there are 3 children of Nagi. There's the sun goddess Amaterasu, Tsukiyomi, the god of the moon, which Nagi's sword is named after in this game. And there is a 3rd sibling, which I'll get into a little bit later. Anyways, there's a save mirror, which I do recommend you use once again. And here we are. Now that we have the brush technique, we can cut down that fruit. But I think we'll cut down the fruit next time. So, next time on Let's Play Okami, we'll cut down that fruit and restore Kamiki Village. And yes, I'm sorry, but that this game starts off pretty slow, but trust me, it's a type of game you want to stick around for multiple parts in order to really judge just how good it is. Regardless, if you like this part, hit that like button, feel free to leave behind a comment, and I would appreciate it if you subscribe. See you guys next time.